EA Sports is proud to bring you coverage of PGA Tour golf. Today from 17 Mile Drive on the Monterey Peninsula and historic Pebble Beach golf links. Rich Lerner, so pleased to be joining you here today, and by my side in the tower, as always, is Frank Nobilo. And Frank, when I look to my right, over the Monterey Peninsula toward the Pacific Ocean, I always think this is what they mean when they sing from sea to shining sea. Pebble Beach never does disappoint.
No, it has to be on everybody's wish list. I don't really care what level of your standard of play is. The best players in the world want to play here, and I have friends really that just took up the game, for example, like a year ago, and that's always where they want to go. Can I get a round at Pebble Beach?
Yeah, this not a terribly long hole, so precision off the tee is the key, and the iron is the right call there. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
We're looking at 131 yards left to the flag, and that wind, it's coming from right to left, so you might need to start this a little bit to the right-hand side.
No, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
19 feet away. Oh, no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way.
So he'll tap in for his par, a solid one at that, to get his round underway.
Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Oh boy, the pace was perfect. He just didn't quite want to go down. But what a well-played hole. Okay, a well-deserved birdie there, and it puts him into red figures as well, moving to 1 under par. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. And this, not the longest hole players will encounter, so just an iron off the tee, and it works out to perfection. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
It's right around 117 yards to the front portion of the green, 136 all the way to the hole, pin just on. Wind into the face, so you'll definitely need to account for that.
And a good approach shot, just not quite as close as what you'd like, but still solid.
Oh, that's a nice roll right there. That's a second straight birdie here in the early part of his round. Gets him to 2 under through his first 3 holes. With Stillwater Bay on the right, this is Pebble's picturesque 333-yard par 4 fourth. Tee shot could be anything from long iron to driver, but beware of the 9 bunkers surrounding the fairway and green. Well, that's down there pretty far, but it's going to wind up in the bunker. And coming off the 2 straight birdies, this will be a little tougher as the tee shot is into the bunker. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie, but push that score to 3 under for the round. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fit. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, safest play here is to the left center of the green. Okay, that one's dancing.
Boy, we are seeing some really good golf here early on. That's going to move him to 4 under to his first 5 holes.
Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. Yeah, why not? Another great tee shot. Maybe a chance now to go after what would be a 5th consecutive birdie. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
Wonderful tee shot here. Biggest challenge is you cannot see the pin sitting on the green. You're going to have to pick out a point along the edge of the cliffs to get the ball on line.
That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in a really good position here on the par 5. From the fairway, let's go to Nota.
Couple nice shots up to this point. Ball sitting in the fairway, looking straight at this beautiful green sitting right against the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, he'll finish that off from a couple of feet away, and that is a birdie.
Tee at number 7, and Frank, this is the shortest hole in championship golf. It is also one of the most beautiful holes in championship golf.
Yeah, it certainly is, and people assume that short is easy, but just look how small that target is.
This from 7 feet. Boy, nothing seems to phase this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. We head now to the 416-yard 8th hole, one of the premier par 4s in golf. Fairway wood or long iron off the tee, giving way to a long approach over the cliffs and a yawning chasm below. Yeah, if you see shortish par 4s like this, it's a great time to bring out the irons, and that is going to work out well.
Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beach attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if you live at a lake of knowledge, don't touch any people, but you can use the back edge of the green, too, to roll the ball back.
We finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 9th, ocean, all down the right, and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been.
And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It's in for par here at the 9th.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard, but look again on the other side of the fairway and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those because, once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Gotta think this an extra half club or more as he sets for his second into the wind.
It might have been perhaps a little conservative, but right in the heart of the green.
Chance now for another birdie. Nope. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. We head now to the 370-yard par 4 11th, where ideally you'd like to favor the left side of the fairway to open up the approach into one of the smallest greens at Pebble Beach. It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. A good opportunity lost there. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that, that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. Oh, needed just a little bit of a turn, but that will somehow stay right on the edge. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Second shot coming up, just 97 yards left to the flagstick. This one has a chance to be close.
A little further right, a little further up. That would have been close.
Now this for another birdie. That one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. I think he'll be pleased with that. It's not close, but not out of the question to make an eagle 3 here.
A little bit more run. Obviously, it would have been closer, but all in all, two. Reach a par 5 and 2. Good shot.
That's a good stroke. Doesn't quite get the reward of the eagle, but a birdie would be a nice consolation, right? Okay, that nothing more than a tap, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. Next up, the 393-yard par 4 15. Tee shot in the fairway gives the players an excellent shot at birdie, but be careful losing it right onto that 17-mile drive. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. So you see where this wound up. Just a short pitch for his second. Well, the birdies are coming fast and furious now. That a third in a row.
Par 4 16th hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee?
You don't need driver here for a start, Rich. It's a long iron or even, a fairway wood. Now, you see that big gaping bunker in the middle of the fairway? That's not really in play. 205 yards gets over that. But that's the line. If you look closely up the right there, those two bunkers, you just see a little sliver of the bunker, the left of the two on the right. That's sort of a no-no. So anything slightly left of that runs out about sort of 280 yards, that is prime.
Oh, way too quick on that one. That's way right.
Yeah, it might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot.
This is why so many players today favor distance. Good tee shot down there, nice and close to the green. Even though it's coming out of the rough, excellent chance for birdie.
If you stop for just a moment, it can really hit you where you are and what's happened here. This 17th hole at Pebble Beach, the par 3. Jack with a 1-iron that hit the flagstick in 1972 on his way to winning the U.S. Open Championship. And then a decade later, Tom Watson from just long of the green, chipping in for a birdie to beat Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, history made here at the 17th hole. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, good job there to cash that in. A brilliant tee shot to this par 3. And it winds up a no stress 2. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here. And then you let it rip. Off the tee. Frank, the views here at the 18th at Pebble get a whole lot better when you knock it on in 2 just like that.
Oh, that second shot's like a banana, too. It keeps turning left, and you've got to really pick a definitive line, and that was just absolutely ripped.
Oh, boy, the pace was perfect. It just didn't quite want to go down. But what a well-played hole. Yeah, that's well played. It's a birdie at 18. And that will just miss being around in the 50s. 2 putts here means it's a 60. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
Yeah, the course was good. It was gettable for some, but, in the end, it really gave you what you deserve. Just